Karceno, I am doing this because you're a cool guy. I need to educate you. You're wrong, completely wrong in this like Becco Mara situation, and you know you're wrong. You made an argument. You've been proven wrong in your arguments. You've turned your argument around. You said things to be convenient to your argument, and all you're doing is looking for things to justify your argument. And at the end of the day, you cannot dispute facts. You cannot dispute that it's overwhelmingly against your favor, not only by opinions, but by facts, by visual evidence. Your interpretations are way out of whack. They're your own interpretation. They're a biased interpretation. And honestly, I don't think there's anything behind it. I just think you want to argue. I just think you want to drive attention, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, Becco did not get a fair shake. It needs to be said. The referee himself has come out and said, I could have done a better job. The referee himself kept telling Becco to keep his hands up. So why would he keep telling him to keep his hands up if under his discretion, they weren't low? And I also think you don't know what the belt line is. The belt line is not the padding that the boxer has. The only time a referee uses discretion is if the padding is above the belly button. This is well known. You know that. That's not debatable. It's not up for debate. And I'm going to show you why right now. Check it out. All right? Okay, see the belly button on the human being. Okay, we're all built the same. That's the belt line. Anything below that, okay, is an illegal blow. If a shot is within the belt line, like right in the middle, then it's debatable. Okay, you can tolerate a couple. Okay, you're not allowed to keep hitting the belt line, okay, over and over and over again. Okay, that's why you get warned to keep them up. You have enough space above the human anatomy, right? Above that belly button, you have enough space, enough mass, enough body. I'll show you right now, okay, to hit. Again, you could tolerate some, but that's the belt line. The balls is way in the bottom. You know, and everybody else knows, okay, when this first started, you kept trying to justify there were only 2 low blows. Because in your definition, a low blow was hitting a man in the balls, okay? And this was proven wrong when you were told constantly it's not about hitting a man in the balls. Okay, it's about illegally hitting somebody below the belly button, which is against the rules. You could take a man's legs, and it'll be a very dangerous sport if guys were just allowed to hit below the waistline, okay, the belt line. And the reason for that, okay, do you know where the human waist is? You see that? That's the human waist. The reason it's illegal, okay, because it's dangerous. That's why the boxers wear padding. The padding wouldn't exist if this wasn't the case. The padding is there in case a boxer goes below the belt line or across the belt line, for it could help protect them. Okay, it's not made to be a target. You do not hit the padding constantly. But even then, the padding is not the belt line. You invented that. You called it the belt line. Now, nobody else, only Karceno, is calling it the belt line. But that is the belt line, period. Okay, period. That is not up for debate. I'm sorry. All right, next slide. So right there's around the area where Joseph Becco has the padding, which is not the belt line. That is the padding. That is the padding. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, it's there to protect the fighter for a reason. I wonder why that's there. By the way, I mean I wonder. Okay, I mean I do. I mean I wonder. All right. Here it is again, to give you better visual evidence, the gloves, the trunks, you know. And that's the way Joseph Becco, okay, that's the way he wore his trunks, below the belly button, okay. Now, when a fighter holds them above his belly button, one, the other corner could demand that they bring it down, okay. Second, under the referee's discretion, okay, he can say, all right, this here is legal since you're holding your trunks too high, okay. Okay, or they'll kind of measure it, right? And they'll put their hand like somewhere where, okay, anything above this is legal. They may even go a little bit below the belly button, okay? But they could only go so far, right? If a fighter, okay, if that was the belt line, there's no reason Joseph Becco would wear the trunks right across his belly button, okay, the top part of it. There's no reason for that. Okay, so you know what the belt line is, and any punch below the belly button is a legal blow. It's not up for debate. Okay, and it's not under no discretion since he's legally wearing it below the belly button. Now that there's about, a borderline shot. If a fighter lands enough of those, he will get a warrant for that. Boom, there's another one, borderline shot. Those are the type of shots that refs say, hey, keep them up, that right there. You just can't land this many borderline shots. You can't. You just can't. There's enough body mass to hit. That green spot right there, that is a clean blow. Okay, let me give you an example of effective clean body punching. Okay. Now you see right there the green spots. I even put one on purpose around the belt line. 2 of them actually. Okay. If a fighter's targets are landing around that area and maybe one shot lands across the belly button, okay, you could still tell he's doing effective clean body punching, okay, which is not what was going on in this fight, and not the way that this is what Karceno wants you to believe, that this is what was happening right here. And you still got other spots. You could hit the shoulders, the arms, even up in the chest. I've seen guys get uppercut in the chest. So there's other parts of the body that you could hit as well. Okay, whether they're effective or not is irrelevant. You can still hit them. The part in yellow, low below area, what Karceno says, what he first originally was arguing was that the balls is a low blow. To Karceno, this is pretty much acceptable. If he was a ref, he would accept this type of body work happening without ever deducting a point. And he did even hit him as low as the balls a couple times, by the way. And there's your belt line. Okay? All those shots, even the borderline ones, have to be warned for, but anything below that, come on. And we're not talking about 1 shot or 2 shots. We're talking about a body of work for 12 rounds. 12 rounds. If this was about what he had done throughout the fight, okay, still deserves a warning. 1 below the waistline, okay, I could deal with that, but that's not what happened. Okay, that's not what happened. Look again, the padding does not make. See right there, the purple, that's padding. That's not the belt line. That's the padding. Okay, just so we know. And he held it below the belt line. Any shot below that, okay, is illegal. So to repeat, you do not need to hit somebody square in the balls, okay, for it to be a low blow. Okay, the hips is illegal. Okay, the bottom abdomen is illegal. Okay, if you hit them in the butt, it's illegal. If you hit them in the thighs, it's illegal. Okay, and that's it. And the fact of the matter is, it's almost scary to think that you didn't know that. Okay, by the way, it's almost pretty scary to think that, because you kept saying and repeating, well, he only hit him square in the balls like twice, or only hit him square in the balls when he would hold his head down. Okay, maybe it's true. Maybe when he pulled his head down, the punch went lower because he was already hitting illegal blows. Okay, and the balls it's even below the belt line. Okay, so you have absolutely no argument.